Hi guys, and welcome to my third lesson for YouTube. I've recorded 2 lessons. I hope you've been able to watch them and get something from them. Today I wanted to talk about a little concept I have that I like to practice myself. And without using any notation, again, it's just an exercise that you can use once you've got the system locked up in your head. It's a system that I can then practice without having to have any music with me. And the concept is on beats and off beats. So to explain what an on beat and an off beat is, if I play time with my hi-hat and I count them 1, 2, 3, 4, in other words my quarter notes, then the notes that I play that land with that quarter note are going to be considered on beat. So if I play right hands with that hi-hat, they're going to be on beat right hands. Off beats are the notes that land in between the hi-hats, so in between the numbers. So the off beats that I'm going to use are offbeat eighth notes, so they land on the and of the beat. So if I'm playing the hi-hat on the numbers, the off beats will be played by my left hand, and they'll go like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I've got 4 on beats, 4 off beats to start with. That's the first exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, on, off, 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 off. So my system is starting with 4 of each, and then moving to 3 on beats, 1 off beat. And then once I've done that, I'll go 2 on beats, 2 off beats, and then I'll go 1 on beat, 3 off beats. That gives me 4 exercises, and those are the ones I'm going to demonstrate today. However, if you then change it round so you start with off beats, you can then do 4 off beats and then 4 on beats, 3 off beats and then 1 on beat, 2 off beats and then 2 on beats, and then finally 1 off beat, 3 on beats. So I'm just going to go through the first 4 as a demonstration. And again, the starting point for me is just being able to place the on beats with right hands and the off beats with left hands with a pulse. And again, that pulse could be a bass drum, but I'm going to use my hi-hat because, as I've said previously, I like to keep that in most of the things that I practice as a time reference. So here we go. I'm going to play 4 hi-hats, and then I'm going to play 4 on beats, 4 off beats, then 3 on beats and an off beat, then 2 on beats, 2 off beats, and then 1 on beat, 3 off beats. Okay. I will leave a count of 4 in between each one so you can hear it. 1, 2, 3, 4, on, and then off, 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 and 3 on, 1 off, on, and then off, on, and then 2 on, 2 off, on, off, on, off, and then 1 on and 3 off. So once I'm able to place those on and off beats with my right and left hand, I like to practice them in a couple of ways. And the first way is to practice them through eighth notes. So if I play eighth notes on the snare drum really, really lightly, and then just pick out those on and off beats as accents, it will sound like this. So I'll do the same sequence again, but this time I'll be playing constant eighth notes rather than just playing the on and off beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting with just lightly placed 8 notes. And here we go. On, off, 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 off. Then 3 on, 1 off. On, off. 2 on, 2 off. On, off, off, and then 1 on, 3 off. The other way I like to practice these is through a triplet. So that was 8th notes. The triplet, the sticking will be slightly different in that the on beats and off beats will still be the right and left hand, but the other note will be doubled so that I end up with on beats sounding like this, right, left, left, and off beats sounding like this, right, right, left. As I say, this is a triplet. You can also practice it through sixteenths. The triplet, all of those notes have to be evenly spaced, so it rolls along nicely. So if I start with my 4 on beats and 4 off beats, again with a quarter note here on my hi-hat, it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, off, off. 3 on, 1 off. 1, 1, 1, off. 1, 1, 1, off. 2 on, 2 off. 1, 1, off, off, 1, 1, off, off. And then 1 on, 3 off. 1, off, off, I then think to myself, if I can do that and I can do both 8th notes and 8th note triplets, can I mix them? So if I do the first time as 8th notes and then on the repeat I will play them as 8th note triplets and see whether I can do that. So I'll just do that with the first exercise, which is 4 ons, 4 offs. It'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, off, 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 1, 1, 1, 1, off, 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 off. Again, if you're comfortable doing both those things, you can then start mixing it so that you're not necessarily doing a full bar of each, but you can then start, say, doing 3 bars of triplets and then 3 beats of triplets, I should say, and then a beat of 8th notes, or 2 beats of 8th notes and then 2 beats of triplets, and see how far you can take it. Then what I like to do after I've done that is all the accents, all the on beats and off beats at the moment are being played on the snare, but then thinking past that and thinking, well, can I play the on beats and off beats on toms or cymbals? So if I take that 4 exercise pattern and I'll play the on beats with my right hand on the low tom, the off beats with my left hand on the high tom, and then see how that sounds. So I'll do the entire sequence without any space in between, so it's just a rolling exercise, and hopefully it'll go okay. So it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, off, 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 1, 1, 1, off, 1, 1, 1, off, 1, 1, off, off, messed it up a little bit. Okay, so that's that. Then you could try the same thing, but on crashes this time. So if I try it on crashes, it's going to sound like this. Incidentally, when I play the crash or any cymbal, I'll try and back it up with a bass drum just to make it sound a little bit fuller. So same exercise, but this time I'm going to play it as cymbals. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'll do this one as 8th notes rather than 8th note triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, you could then try, say, the on beats on the toms, but the off beats on the crashes, or vice versa. So if I do the on beats on tom and then the off beats on the crash. So same sequence, I'll play it as triplets this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Say vice versa would work well. Then I would like to, now I'm starting to get the sound in my head of those various patterns, I then like to expand it a little bit more and play it within a rhythm. So I'll get an ostinato going. So a suggested one, which is a good place to start, is quarter notes on the ride cymbal, hi-hat only on 2 and 4, and it will sound like this. So I'm going to play the on beats and off beats as cross sticks on this occasion. So again, same sequence, which hopefully you're getting to grips with now. 4 ons, 4 offs, 3 ons, 1 off, 2 ons, 2 offs, 1 on, 3 offs. 1, 2, 3, 4. On, 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 off, 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 off. On, 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 off, on, 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 off, on, on, off, off, on, on, off, off, on, off, 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 on, off, off, off. To make it sound like a Latin rhythm, all I need to do is add the samba bass drum part, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase the tempo a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then play the ons and offs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if I want to make it sound a little bit more swing, a little bit more jazz, again I'll play the quarter notes on the ride, play the hi-hat on 2 and 4, I'll play quarter notes on the bass drum very lightly, and then I'm going to try and play a skip note in the ride pattern, so instead of just the quarter note, it's going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. And then play me on beats and off beats in that same sequence. So that's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. On, 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 off, 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 on, 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 off, on, 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 off, on, on, off, off, on, on, off, off, on, off, 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 on, and 2, and there we have it. A nice little exercise on and off beats. If you then have that control in place, it's then worth taking a reading exercise with quarter notes and offbeat eighth notes and trying to play through that exercise rather than just these set patterns that I'm demonstrating today. So there you go, a new idea for you. I hope you like it. Any questions, as usual, you can email me at dave@daveodartdrums.uk, and hopefully you'll keep enjoying it, keep watching, and I will catch you next time.